But if it disqualified him, when would he be notified that he was disqualified? In your experience,
after she received the psych results.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I take that back. What it used to be when we were able to see it is we would all meet back, the three of us, and we would go over it on the psych test. And if it comes back that there's some concerns, then we would make a decision on whether or not they stay in or they're eliminated. And then we sign off on the report, and that's when she would let them know after the report is signed off on.
Okay.
But that process hasn't been followed, like the psych test. I don't see that as part of the interview committee. I don't see it, and I don't think it's right that the three of us don't see it.
Right.
That's what I said. I'm uncomfortable signing off on something I don't see, but I was taking her word for it and Gary's word for it that it's all confidential and we're not supposed to see it. I don't know when that happened because, like I said, I've been doing this for 20 years and we used to always see it.
Yeah. If, for example, after the interview, when the selection committee has an interview with a candidate and the candidate failed the interview, at what point would the candidate be informed that they were no longer continuing in the process?
That's something that Leanne would usually take care of, and normally I would think it would be right away. Like in a letter, I think she would do it in a letter.
Okay, so it would be once you've determined as the selection committee that someone either failed a written test or the interview, they would be notified right away that they're no longer in consideration. Yeah,
Leanne would send a letter and they would find out that way.
Okay, they wouldn't wait until the whole process was finished to let them know?
What do you mean, the whole process?
The whole hiring process, once they've made a selection. So, for example, after the interview, let's say there's several candidates, if one of the candidates failed the interview, would that person only find out after the selection committee has made their choice, or would they be informed as soon as the selection committee determines that the person has failed?
I'm not really sure how Leanne did it, but I know that they were informed by her. I don't know if it was, I always thought it was through letters. She might have called them. I don't know. I wasn't involved in that part of it.
Oh, okay.
I was only involved in making a decision.
Right.
But I would hope it would be as soon as possible if they were, selected.
Right. Were there other concerns that you had about the process?
Well, like I said, I thought the process was followed by doing it internally first, and then after 10 days it would be done externally, and also the preferential hiring.
Right.
The policy is still in place. I think they should have been followed. And I didn't realize, like I said, at that time that it was not followed.
Right. Were there any concerns that were raised in your interview with Lowers Mitchell? Was there anything that happened during the interview that was that you found of concern concerning the interview with Lowers Mitchell?
No, I didn't find anything. I thought he did very good.
Okay. Is it your sense that there may have been some bias involved in the selection of Melissa Haggerty?
I really think so. Because like I said, and it's in my letter, when I questioned about the when I questioned how the scoring was on why one was scored at 5 points and the other one was scored at 10 points, and they looked like the same requirements for each one, I questioned. I says, why is this one 10 points and this is only 5 points? It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And I think it was Christian or Ganaviosta that said, it's, if they elaborate on a question, then they get 10. That's why they have it that way. And I said, boy, that's something different. Because I never seen it before either like that. And I made that comment at the time. And then, this is while we were interviewing, Mitchell. That's when we were scoring, I questioned that part of the score. And then I found out, and then it made sense after Haggerty came in, and the question that on this particular one, when you get extra points for elaborating, she went on and on and on and on and on. And she did very good, mind you. But the thing is, I'm thinking, oh my God, I felt kind of uncomfortable knowing that Kristen had said that Leanne had developed the instrument for these questions. And I'm thinking, how could she do that?
Mm-hmm.
She's supposed to stay out of the whole thing, and she developed the questions. And then when she went on and elaborated so much on this one question, and then the next question, I think it was the next question, she answered it almost to the T with the suggested answers on her paper. It was almost to the T, word for word. And I started thinking, oh my God, I felt very uncomfortable knowing that something's not right here.
Right. Did you get the impression that Melissa Haggerty may have had the answers in advance?
Yes, I did. I hate to say it, but yes, I did.
Okay. All right. Okay. Is there anything else you feel I should know about that hiring process?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. What I'll do is yeah.
I guess there is one more thing that was bothering me, and there's some things when you do the screening. When the job is posted, you're required, like, to have your license, and if you have a status card, your social security, your doctor's note, and all this stuff. There's a list of stuff that you need. And when you get your package, your completed package for us to do the screening, normally what happened before, say for instance, somebody didn't give a copy of their driver's abstract. We screened them out because that was a requirement. And what I found that was happening lately when we do the screening, if there's something missing, it's like, well, I'll call and I'm sure they can fax it in. Or I know they're faxing it in. I talked to them or whatever. This is what Leanne is saying. And I told her, I says, well, if they don't have it now, then they should be screened out like we've done with other people. And she says, well, we're hard up for officers, So it kind of like, it's such a little itty-bitty thing to complain about that she was going to allow it to happen for them to hand it in after. And I totally disagree with that. I think these are adults. It shows on the posting what's required in your package, and there's a deadline. And if that deadline, when they meet the deadline, they hand in their package. If their social security number is missing, well, they're screened out. That's the way it should be. But that's not what was happening. There was exceptions being made for the little things. And I don't agree with that.
Were there any exceptions made for either the two candidates, Melissa or Laura's, that you recall?
I don't recall any. No.
Okay.
But I'm talking about previous interviews and these, because I did make note of that shouldn't be happening.
Okay.
But like I said, when I brought attention that they should be screened out, then she said that we're really in need of officers, and it's almost like it's petty.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way she made it feel. It was petty, but she didn't actually say petty, but that's the way it.
Yeah.